Alright guys, get ready because this is the part where things get crazy exciting. We're now on the 30-minute time frame, and this is where the real magic happens. If you followed all the steps from monthly to weekly to daily to 4 hour to 1 hour, then congratulations, you're officially in the sniper zone. This is where you can enter trades with laser precision, super tight stop losses, and maximum reward potential. Let's go! And guess what? Right now, on this exact 30-minute chart, the price just formed a bullish pin bar right on top of not one but two powerful support levels. The pink dashed line, 4-hour trend line, and the yellow line, 1-hour trend line. That's a double confirmation buy signal. This isn't just a random guess. This is like the market yelling, hey, this is your shot. So what do? You enter a buy on the next candle. You place your stop loss just below the nearest swing low, which happens to sit perfectly under the pin bar on the 4-hour pink line. And now you look at your profit target. First target, the dashed yellow resistance line above. Second target, the pink resistance line stacked even higher. And if price explodes through that, we go for the next higher pink line. That's a potential third take profit level. But wait, what if the price breaks below those support levels? Easy. We switch back to the 4-hour bearish scenario we already prepared for, and now we've got a bonus target, the grey trend lines from this 30-minute chart. That's next level precision. So you see, this isn't just technical analysis. This is how you trade like a pro. With trend lines, colours, and clear logic, the market turns from chaos into clarity. Like seriously, you can now read price action like it's a comic book, and we're not stopping here. Next up, I'll show you some of the most powerful scenarios every trendline trader must master. By the end of this video, you won't just understand trend lines, you'll dominate them like a professional trader. Hey traders, welcome back to Trader DNA, and listen, what I'm about to show you could be the single most important trading moment of your entire life. No exaggeration, because today, you're not just learning how to draw a trend line, you're about to unlock the exact same strategy that professional traders use to dominate the market and print profits like a machine. Let's get started right now. Alright, let's kick this off with step number 1, understanding trend lines. And listen closely, because this right here is the backbone of technical analysis. If you don't get this, you're trading blind. Trend lines aren't just random lines people draw for fun. Nope, they are literally the map of the market. Think of them like the tracks on a roller coaster. They show you the direction and the momentum of price movement. If you learn how to read them properly, it's like having X-ray vision into the market. Now here's the deal. There are only two main types of trend lines you absolutely need to know. Just two, so no excuses. First up, the upward trend line. This one connects the higher lows. Imagine price bouncing up each time it dips. It's like the market is climbing a staircase. That's bullish energy, baby. When you see this, it means buyers are in control and pushing prices higher over time. Then we have the downward trend line. This one links the lower highs. It's like the market is slowly sliding down a ramp. This signals bearish momentum. Sellers are taking over and price is struggling to go up. Boom, bearish confirmation. So in summary, upward trend lines equals bullish and downward trend lines equals bearish. Simple, right? But don't let the simplicity fool you. These lines can literally tell you when to buy, when to sell, and when to stay out. And here's the best part. We're just getting started. Because next I'm going to show you exactly how to draw these lines perfectly so you can read the market like a pro. Let's go. All right, this is step number 2. And this is where it gets real. We're about to learn how to draw trend lines accurately. I'm talking precision, clarity, and ultimate chart domination. If you've ever looked at a chart and felt confused, that ends today. Let's go. First, let's talk time frames. This part is super important. Are you a day trader, swing trader, or long-term investor? Because the time frame you choose will literally determine what your trend lines mean. If you're trading on the 5-minute chart, your lines are going to react fast. But if you're on the daily or weekly chart, now you're thinking long-term moves, big swings. So pick the time frame that matches your trading style. No random guessing. Be intentional. Next, tools. You can't be a sniper without a scope. right? You need the right tools to draw clean, reliable trend lines. I personally use TradingView or MetaTrader, both are fantastic platforms. Inside those, you've got a simple line drawing tool. That's it, just one tool. But in the right hands, it becomes a weapon of massive trading precision. So buckle up, because next I'm going to show you how to spot the exact highs and lows to connect, so your trend lines become laser accurate. All right guys, buckle up, because if you follow these steps, you're going to learn how to analyze price action like a straight up professional. And I'm not talking about random YouTube guru nonsense. I mean real, elite level skill that can completely change the way you see the markets. Let's go. So here we are, looking at this chart, and listen closely because every step I'm about to show you builds on the last. Once you fully understand this method, you won't need to rely on weird strategies or confusing amateur trendline theories ever again. This is clean, this is powerful, and this is how real traders dominate. Why is this important? Because once you master this trendline technique, even if you're only looking at a small time frame like the 30-minute chart, you'll still be able to read the entire market with crystal clarity. You'll know when to enter, you'll know where the price is likely going. And yes, you'll even be able to predict how far the market might move. Almost like seeing into the future. Sounds insane? That's because it kind of is. Now get ready, because this is step number 2. How do we draw accurate trend lines? We're not just drawing random lines and praying they work. No way, we're going to break it down with laser focus. First, I'm going to show you how to properly analyze the market across multiple time frames. We're talking full top-down analysis, starting from the big boss monthly chart, then stepping down to the weekly, daily, 4-hour, 1-hour, and finally down to the 30-minute chart. Why all these time frames? Because it's like zooming in with a sniper scope. The monthly chart gives you the big picture. The lower time frames help you line up the perfect entry. It's like building a map layer by layer, and once you've got it, you'll be making entries so accurate, it'll feel like magic. And trust me, this is where most traders get it wrong, but you won't, because by the end of this, you'll have a skill set that most people spend years trying to figure out. And we're going to unlock it together right here in this video. Let's jump into it. The strategy starts now. Alright guys, this is where the real action begins. We're jumping straight into the charts. Let's go. So first things first, we're starting on the monthly time frame. That's right, hit that MN button in the top left corner of MetaTrader or TradingView. Why? Because we want to zoom out as far as possible. Think of this like looking at the market from space. You want to see the big picture, from the far left of the chart to the hard right edge where price is currently trading. This gives us the overall direction, or what I call the market's mood. Is it feeling bullish? Bearish? Confused? We got to find out. Now let's start marking up our chart and drawing that first trend line. Alright, now for the actual trend line, we're looking for the lowest visible point on the chart. That's your point A. Next we find point B, a higher low where price hasn't broken below. Important, if price already crossed below that line, it's invalid. Imagine your trend line is like a floor and the price is walking on it. Through the floor, it's game over. But if the price keeps bouncing off that floor, you've got a strong trend line. Now check this out. We've got point A, then point B, and now we spot point C, the third touch where price respects the line again. Boom! 3 touches equals confirmation. This is how we get our first legit upward trend line. It's not just a random line, it's backed by logic, structure, and market behavior. Wait! We're not done yet, because things are about to get even crazier. So here's the deal. You might think you've drawn your trend line and you're ready to trade like a pro, but suddenly the market pulls a surprise move. Boom! The price keeps climbing and completely drifts away from the first trend line we just drew. That's your signal. The game has changed and it's time to adapt. This is where you level up. We now need to draw a new trend line based on this new bullish trend behavior. And how do we do that? Just like before, we start by finding 2 anchor points, point A and point B. Point A is our new recent low and point B is going to be the next higher low. The one that the price hasn't crossed and shows a clear continuation of the upward trend. Once you've got those 2 points locked in, bam, you drag your trend line from point A to point B and you've got your second trend line. Simple, right? But guess what? The price still doesn't stop. It keeps shooting up like a rocket, moving even farther away from your second trend line. That means it's time for trend line number 3. Yes, again, this market is on fire and your job is to track it like a laser-guided missile. So what do we do now? You already know the formula. We repeat the same steps. New point A, the new low, and new point B, the most recent higher low that hasn't been broken. Then you draw the trend line. Boom! You've now created your third trend line, perfectly matched to the new price behavior. At this point, we've completed our top-down trend line analysis on the monthly time frame, the big picture view. But we're not stopping there. To stay organized and sharp, we're going to give this trend line a unique color. Blue. That's right. Anytime you see a blue trend line on your chart, no matter if you're zoomed into a 1 hour or 30-minute view, you'll instantly know, hey, that's a monthly trend line. 𝗬𝗢𝗪𝗓, that's your foundation. And the best part? We're just getting started. Let's go. All right, we've crushed the monthly time frame. Now it's time to zoom in and crank things up with the weekly. Let's go. So here's the first thing you need to do when you switch down to the weekly time frame. Take a deep breath and adjust your monthly trend line, aka the blue line. Yep, that beautiful blue trend line you just drew. Make sure it's precisely touching the correct swing low or swing high on the weekly chart. It's all about precision. If it's floating or slightly off, your analysis could be way off. Don't let that happen. Now, once your monthly trend line is perfectly placed, we move to the real action, building your weekly trend line. This is where your strategy gets even more powerful. So where do we place this new trend line? Easy. Look at the most recent price movement on the weekly chart. That's right. Not last month, not 2 years ago. Look at what's happening right now, because we're using this trend line to predict where the market's going next. And bam, you spot it. A clean, beautiful bullish trend forming. This is where the magic happens. Point A is your most recent low. Point B is your most recent higher low. Now connect the dots with a straight line and boom, you've got yourself a powerful weekly bullish trend line. But hold up, we're not stopping there. We're going to label this new trend line in bright red so it instantly stands out from the monthly line. Color coding is crucial. It keeps your chart clean, clear, and lightning fast to read. And here's a pro tip. Set the visibility of the red weekly trend line to show up only on the weekly time frame and below. That way your higher level charts like monthly don't get cluttered. Meanwhile, the blue monthly trend line should stay visible across all time frames because it's your major long-term reference. You'll thank yourself later for this. Now look at your chart, it's crystal clear. You can literally see the monthly trend is bullish. You can see the weekly trend is also bullish. And that means one thing, you're locked and loaded for trendline domination. Now get ready because we're diving straight into the daily time frame and it's about to get even more insane. Alright, welcome to the daily time frame. This is where things get even more epic because now we start seeing the battlefield up close. So, here's what you're looking at. This daily chart is where your color-coded trend lines come to life. And yes, this is where trendline management starts making you feel like a trading genius. Let me break it down fast and simple. When you see a blue trend line, that's your monthly trend and it's a big deal. When you see a red trend line, that's your weekly trend. And this color system is going to save your brain so much stress later on, trust me. Now let's talk about what's actually happening on the chart. Every time price gets close to the blue trend line, you need to pay attention. That's your cue. That's the market whispering, hey, something big might happen here. You don't want to miss that. And yep, the same thing happens with the red line, your weekly trend line. But the fun part is, you'll usually spot the reactions to that one more clearly on the 4-hour chart. That's coming up next, so hold tight. But wait, before we jump there, we've got one more job to do right here on the daily chart. It's time to draw the daily trend line. Here we go. You find your point A, a clean swing low, and then your point B, another higher low. Got it? Awesome. Now draw a straight line connecting those 2 points. And just like that, boom, your new daily trend line is locked in. So now the big question, is there a trade set up right now? And the answer is no, not yet. Why? Because price isn't currently touching any trend line. It's just floating in space. And that's okay. We're not here to chase trades. We're here to wait for the right moment like a pro sniper. So don't panic. Don't rush. Everything is still 100% under control. Now buckle up, because next we're diving straight into the 4-hour time frame, and trust me, it's gonna get wild. Alright guys, now this is where things get serious. We're diving into the 4-hour time frame, and trust me, you do not want to miss a single second of this part, because this is where we move from theory to battlefield mode. Right here on your screen, you've got 2 major trend lines lighting up the battlefield. The red trend line, that's your weekly trend. The green trend line, that's your daily trend. And both are screaming the same thing. Bullish momentum. That means the market is trying to climb up. But here's the catch. Even though the chart looks super promising, we still don't have a clean entry signal yet. Not from the monthly, not from the weekly, and not even from the daily. So what do? Simple, we dig deeper. Just like a pro sniper doesn't shoot until the moment is perfect, we don't enter until the chart gives us a crystal clear confirmation. We're not guessing, we're hunting for precision. And now it's time for the 4-hour time frame. Let's draw this thing step by step. Find point A, done. Find point B, got it. Connect the dots with a trend line, and bam, you now have your 4-hour bullish trend line. We colour this line pink so it stands out. No confusion, just clean signals. But hold on. You might be thinking, wait, didn't price already break that pink line? Yes. And normally that would mean the trend line is invalid. But this is where it gets interesting. Look again, even after price broke the line, it came back, touched the pink line again, and boom, bounced down. So what does this mean? This pink line is more than just a trend line. It's a key level the market respects. It's like a magnet pulling price back. And when the market respects something this much, you pay attention, because that's where trades are born. Now take a deep breath and look closely. The 4-hour chart is where the fight is happening. Price is interacting directly with our trend line. This is not theory anymore. This is war. You're in the trenches now, and every candle, every bounce, every break matters. Next step, we need to identify the nearest upper limit of this bullish move. Why? Because before we place a single trade, we must calculate the risk-reward ratio. No professional sniper takes a shot without knowing their exit, so we draw 2 resistance trend lines based on recent highs, the first one here, the second one up here. We draw those as pink dashed lines so we don't miss them. You can style your charts however you like, but make them clean and easy to read, because when price is moving fast, you don't have time to guess. Now look at what's happening. Price is touching that pink dashed line, the one that used to be resistance and is now acting like support. And right now we have a bearish candle forming. If that candle breaks below the pink dashed line, boom, we're prepping for a sell setup. Target profit, that green daily trend line. Stop loss, just above the nearest swing high. But if price breaks above the resistance line instead, hold up. We don't jump into a buy just yet. Why? Because there's another pink line right above it. That means very little room for profit, low reward, high risk, and that's a setup we skip. You got that? Awesome. It's not magic, it's just smart trading. This strategy gives you clarity, control, and confidence. And now we're heading into the 1-hour chart where the details get razor sharp and opportunities can appear in a flash. So stay locked in. This next part could change the way you trade forever. Alright guys, buckle up, because now we're diving into the 1-hour time frame, and if you've made it this far, you're already way ahead of most traders out there. But what we do next, it's going to make you feel like a trading Jedi Master. So here's what's happening. First, we need to draw our support trend line. Just like we did before, we connect point A down here to point B up here. And boom, right there, you've got a bullish trend line that touches the chart at 3 crucial points. Point A, point B, and a third confirmation touch right in the middle. This isn't just a line, this is your battlefield shield. And to keep things crystal clear, let's colour it yellow. Why yellow? Because it pops off the screen like a warning sign saying, watch this area closely. Now listen carefully, since we're deep in the price action war zone, we also need to spot our resistance trend line. And yes, we found it. This one goes up here, and as usual, we make it dashed because that tells your brain instantly, hey, this is resistance, approach with caution. Now, remember what we talked about on the 4-hour chart? We agreed there's no safe buy setup just yet if the price is breaking resistance with poor risk-reward ratio. But here's the twist. On the 1-hour chart, we're seeing potential for a strong buy signal. How? Because price is currently hovering right above our pink trend line and the yellow trend line. And if it forms a bullish pin bar on either of these, we've got a green light to enter a buy. Let me break that down even simpler. If the price bounces off the pink or yellow trend line and it forms a bullish pin bar or any clear bullish candle, then bam, that's your buy signal. Your stop loss? Just tuck it safely below the nearest swing low. Your first profit target, the dashed yellow resistance line right above. Second target, the dashed pink resistance higher up. And if price keeps exploding upward, your third target is the next pink resistance line even higher. We're talking multiple levels of gains, but only if the setup is clean. Now, what if the price doesn't bounce and instead breaks down below both the pink and yellow support lines? Simple, we switch back to the 4-hour scenario where we're preparing for a sell setup. We already talked about it, you're ready for it, and this is the kind of discipline that separates winners from gamblers. And here's the best part, you can actually see how all of this makes sense now, right? Like how with just some coloured lines and logical thinking, the market becomes so easy to read. If you're nodding your head right now, then yes, you're officially leveling up. You're not just learning price action, you're becoming a professional grade chart assassin. Now get hyped because next we're jumping into the 30-minute time frame and what's coming might just be your cleanest trading entry yet. Alright guys, get ready because this is the part where things get crazy exciting. We're now on the 30-minute time frame and this is where the real magic happens. If you followed all the steps from monthly to weekly to daily to 4-hour to 1-hour, then congratulations, you're officially in the sniper zone. This is where you can enter trades with laser precision, super tight stop losses, and maximum reward potential. Let's go! So here's what we're looking at on the screen. Boom! Three pink trend lines from the 4-hour chart stacked like layers of defense. And don't forget the 2 yellow trend lines from the 1-hour chart that are screaming short-term momentum. You're basically looking at a multi-layered defense grid built to help you make killer decisions. But now comes the best part. We're drawing 2 new trend lines directly on the 30-minute chart. These are fresh, specific, and super important. One is a bullish trend line and the other is a bearish trend line. And here's the twist. Both of them are acting as resistance right now, so to make things extra clear, we turn these lines into grey dashed lines. Simple, clean, easy to read. And guess what? Right now, on this exact 30-minute chart, the price just formed a bullish pin bar right on top of not 1 but 2 powerful support levels. The pink dashed line, 4-hour trend line, and the yellow line, 1-hour trend line. That's a double confirmation buy signal. This isn't just a random guess. This is like the market yelling, hey, this is your shot. So what do? You enter a buy on the next candle. You place your stop loss just below the nearest swing low, which happens to sit perfectly under the pin bar on the 4-hour pink line. And now you look at your profit target. First target, the dashed yellow resistance line above. Second target, the pink resistance line stacked even higher. And if price explodes through that, we go for the next higher pink line. That's a potential third take profit level. But wait, what if the price breaks below those support levels? Easy. We switch back to the 4-hour bearish scenario we already prepared for. And now we've got a bonus target, the grey trend lines from this 30-minute chart. That's next level precision. So you see, This isn't just technical analysis, this is how you trade like a pro. With trend lines, colours, and clear logic, the market turns from chaos into clarity. Like seriously, you can now read price action like it's a comic book, and we're not stopping here. Next up, I'll show you some of the most powerful scenarios every trendline trader must master. By the end of this video, you won't just understand trend lines, you'll dominate them like a professional trader. But before we wrap this up, let's talk about what could happen next, because this is where your trading instincts are really going to level up. Scenario 1. Boom! A bearish signal candle appears right under the dashed yellow trend line. It could be a bearish engulfing, pin bar, dark cloud cover, or even the legendary evening star pattern. If that happens and it's sitting below the most recent swing high, that's your green light to sell immediately on the next candle. Stop loss? Right above the swing high. But what if price breaks above that yellow resistance trend line? Don't panic, that's when you shift your attention to a higher target. The next move is to aim for the higher pink trend line. And if you see a bullish signal, like a bullish pin bar, engulfing candle, or even a morning star, you can even go for a new buy entry. Stop loss? Below the nearest swing low. Target 1, that same higher pink line. Target 2, the grey dashed trend line from the 30-minute chart. It's literally waiting for your price to arrive. See how clean that is? It's not just technical analysis anymore, it's like building a laser-guided roadmap for your trades. Every line has a purpose. Every candle gives you clues. It's like having a conversation with the market and you're finally fluent. And guess what? To make this even easier for you, I've dropped some powerful trendline indicators and trading systems down in the description below. Seriously, just download them, plug them into your chart, and boom, your setup's ready to fire. No confusion, no delay, just instant precision. But hold up, before you jet off to dominate the charts, smash that subscribe button like your account depends on it. Ring that bell so you never miss a strategy that could change your trading life. And share this video with your team, your trading buddy, your Telegram group, or even your grandma if she's into candles and 𝗙𝗡𝗪𝗧. You are what makes this channel awesome. You're not just watching, you're building skills, taking action, and becoming a smarter trader every single day. I'm out. Let's go!